Stoisko firmy Fishman, obok mnie Craig Peterson, który pięknie nam zagrał na gitarze i za chwilę opowie nam o szczegółach konstrukcyjnych nowego pick-upu, który wyszedł właśnie spod taśmy, spod rąk producentów Fishmana. Hello Greg, how are you?
I'm great, man. How about yourself?
Yeah, perfect. Greg, what can you tell me about your new pickup?
Well, this is a passive design stacked humbucker with adjustable pole pieces, and really, it's meant to really cut through in a loud rock and roll mix. It'll really, as a passive design, a lot of guys like to plug into a twin or plug into a PA system, and they need some kind of output without it going to be clipping a preamp. Well, this is a great pickup for that. It's loud, it's chimey, it's very classic rock and roll.
Okay, and what's the price? How much is it going to cost?
In the U.S., in U.S. dollars, it'll hit the street to the end consumer for $249.99, so $250. It is a USA-made pickup as well, so it's made right in Andover, Massachusetts, north of Boston.
Okay, so pure American production.
Correct, absolutely.
Okay, thank you. Jak słyszeliście, pick-up produkowany w Stanach Zjednoczonych w 100%, do vintage'owego, rock'n'rollowego i bluesowego grania, vintage'owa konstrukcja w stylu humbuckera do gitary akustycznej, prosto od Fishmana. Kolejna nowość od Fishmana, nowy wzmacniacz z serii Loudbox, czyli Loudbox Artist. Craig, this is new for Loudbox. This is a 120 watt amplifier for acoustic guitar. Yeah?
Correct. There's 20 watts powering the soft dome tweeter, which is a studio monitor tweeter, and then 100 watts power to the 8-inch woofer. It's actually a bi-amplified system like you'd find in a studio.
Okay, and new concepts, new construction, what's new in this one?
Well, this one, we've got the tilt-back baffle. You've got two levels of effects. It's a 2-channel amplifier, so you have combination inputs, so you can use either a 1/4 inch or an XLR input into either channel 1 or channel 2, so you can really play and sing with this amplifier. It's really designed to be transparent, and for the artist that can take it out to a local gig. You've got professional features on here like direct outs for individual channels, mixed DI out that'll send both channels out to mains. You've got effects A and B, so you've got 2 different levels of effects for both channels that are assignable to the channels. As well as that, you've got, well, it's really feature-packed. I can talk all day, but you've got a soft dome tweeter level, so you can turn up and down the tweeter level. So if it's a little bright, if you were playing mandolin or banjo through it, you might want to dial the tweeter back a little bit, warm it up a little bit, or dial it up to really get those highs to come through when you're playing an acoustic guitar.
But correct me if I'm wrong, this is not new, because you've already created amplifiers that had 2 channels for guitar or vocal, with 2 different effect section, with a tweaker level and with separate line out, right?
No, that's not correct, actually. We have had 2-channel amplifiers before, but the combo jacks are new. And the multiple effects on each channel are new as well. Before, we just had a global effect that would affect both channels. So if you wanted a little reverb on your guitar and didn't want your reverb on your vocal, you couldn't do that. You know, or you couldn't adjust, you couldn't have, say, a chorus on your guitar and a reverb on your voice and have different effects for different channels. So that part of it is new. And also there's a much more extensive effect section than there was before as well. Also, there's never been an amplifier that was 120 watts. There was one that was 100, there was one that was 130, but the wattage is new, and the tweeter level is also something that's a new cool feature featured on the front of the amplifier.
In front, right. All the new stuff in this one, Loudbox Artist, and how much do I have to pay to get such a great amplifier?
Another cool thing about this is going to hit the U.S. street for $499.
$499?
$499.
That's not too much.
It's not too much at all.
Okay, so jak Państwo słyszeli, $499.
$499 US dollars, that's the street price.
$499, niecałe $500 i taki wzmacniacz z zupełnie nowymi funkcjami może trafić do naszych domów, na nasze półki i na nasze sceny. Fishman Loudbox Artist. Fishman wstępuje w świat efektów w kostkach po serii Aura i serii efektów FX. Obie serie przetestowane w InfoMusic. Zaprezentujemy, a w zasadzie Craig zaprezentuje nowy Stompbox, tym razem dla basistów. Craig, this is a model for the bass players, right?
Yes, this is for an electric bass player, absolutely. It's called the Fishman Fission bass, and it's a power chord effect. So your bass player can really become your full rhythm section for a power trio when your bass player needs to become your rhythm guitar player and your bass player and hold it down so your guitar player can take a lead. What this pedal does is that first off it'll give you an octave up in bass. It does have an overdrive incorporated in it as well. Sounds real nice. And it gives you an octave up, and then it also gives you a fourth and a fifth and an upper octave. All right, so it really truly gives you a power chord effect for that bass player, and it sounds crunchy and it sounds full and mean and really pretty cool. So Fishman's really kind of taken it to a new level and made something for a bass player, an electric bass player. And well, you know, Larry Fishman is a bass player, and this is going to be part of our Larry series.
So this must have happened finally.
Yes. It is. It is definitely a Larry-driven project, which is cool because he makes a lot of cool stuff, and his name's behind everything in this booth here.
Okay, how much will a bass player need to spend on such an effect?
Cool. This will hit the street for $249.99. That's US dollars, of course, and that's that's the street price.
Okay, czyli $249 za efekt dla basistów grających na basie elektrycznym tym razie. Czyli jak widać Fishman nie tylko przenosi się w świat efektów w kostkach, ale również powoli chyba zaczyna opuszczać świat tylko i wyłącznie instrumentów akustycznych. Pierwszy efekt dla basistów grających na instrumentach elektrycznych. Fishman Fusion Bass.